Hello, River Landing. I want to thank you all again for the cards and calls and expressions of love and support that you sent my way since the death of my wife, Alla. We all know what grieving looks like at a funeral or by a deathbed, but grieving actually takes many forms over time. This past Sunday, I visited the Orthodox Church where my wife had worshiped before we were married. And they allowed me to bring a picture of her, and they placed it on a table next to their central icon, a very sacred place, while they offered prayers for her soul. And it was difficult for me to stand in front of that picture, as I was invited to do, holding a candle while the priest prayed for her. But this was her church and her tradition, and so it was important for me to honor that. Grieving looks like this: finding ways to honor the one that we've lost. I was able to meet some people at the church who told some really sweet stories about Alla. They had known her. Some of them, too, were immigrants who had come to this country, and you know, that can be a difficult life, to be in a strange place and not know the language or the customs. And Alla had been of help to them. She had encouraged them in their transition to this country because she had also walked that path. She had taken pictures at many of their weddings and graduations and offered them as gifts. And grieving looks like this too. It's storytelling and encounters with the people who knew your loved one also. I made a gift to her former church. They live and worship in rented space, but they have purchased property and are planning to build their own church building. Grieving looks like this too. It's passing along the love that would have come from your own loved one that you lost. I'm grateful that I can do my grieving among you, and I do it in part to honor my wife and to pass along the love that we shared, because this is how grief turns to healing. And I want to thank you for being a community where grief can turn to healing and people can find life after loss. Thank you for your prayers and support. Have a blessed week.